Thank you all for being here with us today to celebrate the badge fitting and swearing in of 8 new Sarasota County Fire Department family members. Today, we are also celebrating the recent promotions of 7 lieutenants, 3 battalion chiefs, 3 captains, and an assistant chief, along with a lifeguard captain. As for the new recruits, we're here to celebrate them for all they have accomplished in their 10 weeks of training, and we are excited to see where their careers with FCFD will take them. For the newly promoted officers, we are here today to highlight your unwavering commitment to step up and take a leadership role within our department. At this time, will you please stand as our new recruits and newly promoted officers are escorted to their seats by the Sarasota County Fire Department Honor Guard. Please welcome Justine Pedro as she sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Thank you, Justine. That was amazing. We would now like to invite Sarasota County Fire Department's Chaplain Olson to lead today's invocation.
The Firefighter's 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my chief. He has chosen me to serve. He leads me to distill the fires raging all around me. He restores my soul to fight, even when all seems lost. He has prepared for me a place in life dedicated to service, honor, joy, and fellowship. He anoints my soul with courage in the presence of my enemy fire. Yes, even though I walk through life in the shadow of death, I will fear no fire, for he is with me. His strength will comfort me. And when life's final alarm sounds, I will dwell in the station house of the Lord forever. Amen. It is my privilege to bring greetings to you from not only myself, but also Chaplain Walker. We serve together, and it is a blessing to serve as chaplains in this department. Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for the Sarasota County Fire Department, for its leadership, and for all of its members, for all of the families that support the paramedics, EMTs, firefighters, administrators, to keep this community safe and to set an example for others on what selfless service looks like. We ask for your divine protection for all who serve on every shift, at every moment. Give them the courage, the strength, the tools, the wisdom, and the ability to protect life and property. We thank you, God, that we are able to celebrate new recruits that have honed their skills and are now ready to serve alongside the rest of the bravest of Sarasota. We ask your blessing upon them and their families, and also on our new officers. We ask this all in the name of our mighty Chief, Almighty God of all. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain, and thank you, guests. May you please take your seats. It is great to see so many familiar faces here with us tonight for this very important moment in these new firefighters and officers' careers. I would like to take a moment to recognize some of the special guests this afternoon. Sarasota County Commissioners Mark Smith, Teresa Mast, former Commissioner Al Mayo, Sarasota County Administration, represented by Jonathan Lewis, Emergency Services Director Rich Collins, Sarasota County Fire Chief David Rathman, SCFD's Deputy Chiefs, Assistant Chiefs, and Senior Staff, our union representation, our training division, and instructors who over the last 10 weeks have spent countless hours with these recruits, helping prepare them for their first shifts with Sarasota County Fire Department. I would also like to take a moment to recognize any member of our military and our law enforcement officers and veterans. Without them protecting us and our community, we would not be able to do the job that we love. What an amazing turnout this is. We had to bring out chairs twice. That's awesome. That's what we love seeing. To capture just a glimpse of these new hires' 10 weeks of orientation and the skills that they have completed during their training, we would like to share this video created by SCFD's own Yen Urola. very well put together video just showing a little snapshot of the training that these new recruits did over the last 10 weeks. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium Fire Chief of Sarasota County, David Rathman.
Wow, what a video. It gets me pumped up. Everybody pumped up? I think recruitment has some recruitment booth and flyers like that. Every time they send me the video to review it, I kind of cringe because Yen likes to fly the drone through the pipe. I'm nervous that we're going to crash the drone and that has to explain it. It hasn't happened yet, but great job to Yen. Just incredible footage. We do this every 10 weeks, and he goes out and puts it together. I'll take a few moments to thank a few people. Of course, none of this would be possible without the support of the Board of County Commissioners. Since I arrived here just shy of 3 years ago, the current board and the previous board makeup has just been so supportive of the things that I want to accomplish on behalf of the community with the men and women of the department. So my hat's off to the commissioners. Tremendous support. The same goes for county administration. They've just allowed me to bring forward plans and supported everything that I wanted to do. So again, thank you very much. Chaplain, and we're blessed we have both of our chaplains. So those chaplains are volunteers for us, and they go out to the fire stations and they check on the mental well-being of our firefighters, and they assist them in not only the things that they experience on the job, but their trials and tribulations they may have in their personal lives. So thank you to you fine gentlemen. World-class honor guard, right? That's an award-winning honor guard. Thank you guys for leading the recruitment team. This always starts, at the beginning of every 10 weeks with the recruiters going out and attracting men and women to come work for us. There's a tremendous shortage of firefighters throughout the state of Florida, nationwide, but particularly here in Florida with Florida's rapid growth. And the recruitment team does a great job going out and recruiting the very best so that we have the very best firefighters in our communities. We do this every 10 weeks, and I kind of look at recruitment as a big wheel and a little wheel. They're out in the schools garnering the interest of our young men and women that are in high school that may have not decided what to choose as a career path, to get them interested in the fire service and direct them towards going and becoming a certified firefighter EMT. And then the little wheel is they're running around and they're visiting vocational institutions and community colleges throughout the state, attracting certified firefighters and EMTs to apply here. So they just do a great job. And then, of course, when they get them to apply, there's a tremendous amount of work that the Human Resources Department has to do in the back end. Anybody over here will tell me it's a very arduous process. Mounds and mounds of paperwork, but background checks and scheduled physicals and drug screenings and all of that work, and we repeat that every 10 weeks. So hats off to the Human Resources team. Training staff. Obviously, when I first came here, they were doing a couple of recruit classes a year, and I said I wanted to do 5 a year, and they said, "You're crazy, Chief." I said, "I know, but we're going to still do 5 a year, so we do this every 10 weeks. So there's a group of young men and women in the back that just started this past Monday, so they've got 1 week into their orientation, and they're here observing their friends graduate. Union leadership, Tim, where you at? There's Tim here, there's Tim back there. DVP Baker, shouts out to him and the union staff. And then my entire admin staff, the things that we accomplish together and the things that I want and I vision, none of it could take place without them supporting me and making those things happen. And of course, they're all in the back. Firefighters don't like to sit down, but the men and women that are responding to the community every single day, they respond to over 180 incidents per day, and they take over 100 people to area hospitals every single day. And the letters that I get are just glowing remarks of how well they treat the public. So, congratulations to all of y'all. newest firefighters, those being recognized for promotions today, and our elected officials, county administration, the fire department personnel that are here, and all the loved ones and friends that are here joining us, welcome. To our newest firefighters, congratulations, right? So 10 weeks, family and friends. Physically fatigued and mentally fatigued, right? You were drinking through the proverbial fire hose, trying to learn protocols and the way the Sarasota County does it, even if you had experience someplace else, we do a little bit different. I like to believe we do a little bit better. You're joining a Sarasota County family of firefighters, right? So there's 638 men and women on the fire department. And there's 569 certified members that are your true brothers and sisters. So one of the things that is advice to you is to always maintain your physical health. This is a very physically demanding job, so staying in a workout program to stay physically fit is important. But equally as important is to maintain your mental health. And we have a lot of work to do in the fire service. Firefighters have a stigma that it's a sign of weakness to cry out for help when we may be struggling. And it can be an accumulation of smaller incidents that may make you begin to struggle, or there's one particular horrific incident. I will tell you, you have 569 members that are family members. It is not a sign of weakness. If you are struggling, reach out. We will help you. The other thing I would advise you is to continue your knowledge, right? The day you enter the fire service, even for the 10 weeks, you begin drinking through a fire hose on the technical skills and everything else. I tell people all the time, the day you quit learning is the day you probably should retire. I still learn something every day about the fire service. And then the last thing I would give you is as important as those technical skills and those courses is to maintain and continue your quest for advanced education. To be promoted to an officer here, you have to have a minimum of an associate's degree. To be a battalion chief, a bachelor's degree, and the senior staff are looking for master's degrees or PhDs. So if you're not already a degree, get into a degree program after you become a paramedic. Very important. We've got a great tuition program, but that formal education is as equally as important as the technical skills. Plus, it's something that nobody can ever take away from you. It will serve you well even after you retire from here. The other thing I would tell you is always make sure you are serving with a servant's heart, right? So we all joined the fire service with that big call, the big multi-alarm fire, the technical rescue, that, there's just all this chaos and we're there to fix the problem. Somebody dangling off of a building that needs rescue. I will tell you that those things do occur, but they're much fewer than the routine calls that you're going to run every day. And those routine calls are your family members, my family members that may be laying on the floor next to their bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you have just as much positive impact on their life in that moment when you're picking them up off the floor. Never, ever forget that. You will get immune to the things that you see, but remember, that very well may be Mr. and Mrs. Smith's worst day to that point in their life, and you are there to help. So always lead with that servant's heart. It takes courage for what you've done so far. It took courage to raise your hand, go to school, get certified to be a firefighter, EMT. It took courage to apply here. It's taken courage to go through this 10-week orientation. Everything you do in the fire service is about courage, going into the burning building. I believe the most important thing and most courageous thing you're going to do is right here tonight. And what you're going to do tonight in a little bit is you're going to raise your hand and you're going to pledge an oath. That takes courage. So every uniformed member of every fire service I know takes a pledge. Interesting thing about the oath is there's no measurable performance. It doesn't say that you'll perform to this level, or you'll do this, or you'll do that. What it says is you will do your very best. Just remember, when times get tough, you're standing before your loved ones and everybody in this room, raising your right hand, and you are attesting that you are going to do your very best every single day when you put that uniform on. uniform on, a badge, wear it with pride, but I believe the oath that you're going to take is the most courageous thing that you're going to do in fire service. I believe there's no greater career to pursue than one in the fire service. So every day, wear that uniform and that badge with that courage and know what that pledge is. Today, I welcome both our newest members as well as you to, I believe, is the greatest family in the world, and that's the Sarasota County Fire Department family. So congratulations. Again, please always remember the oath. So let me address this side of the room for a moment. So for those that are being recognized for their recent promotions, congratulations. Right? Promotions in the fire service are far more than career milestones. They're markers of growth, responsibility, and trust. Each advancement reflects the commitment of a firefighter to be prepared, sacrifice, and prove that they're ready to lead others. In the early days, the American Fire Service was still finding its footing. Communication on the fire ground was chaotic. Officers had no portable radios like we have today, no public address systems, only their voices. To overcome this challenge, the brass-speaking trumpet or the bugle, no, there's supposed to be a bugle up on the screen. So those that weren't in the fire service knew what I was talking about, but that's okay. It's not a decoration, it was a survival tool. So the incident commander would have a bugle, and that's how they directed the chaos on the fire scene and gave orders. That officer gave those orders, rallied firefighters, cut through the roar of the flames and the confusion. Over time, the bugles become less of a tool and more of a symbol of leadership. One bugle meant that you're being promoted to lieutenant, and so forth and so on, 2, captain, 3, battalion chief, and so forth and so on. The higher the rank, the more bugles that were crossed on the collar, and we still wear them today on our uniforms. And the more bugles, the more weight of the authority and experience and trust that those people have. Today, we no longer shout those orders to a bugle, but it remains part of our uniforms and the fire service culture. It reminds us that leadership is not about the brass, it's about the responsibility. It is about speaking clearly when others cannot, leading when others hesitate, and carrying the trust of those who follow. But leadership requires more than a strong voice. A true officer must also remember that the bugle can be turned around and used not as a tool for speaking, but as a tool for listening. Leadership's not about giving direction. It's about hearing the voices of those you lead, understanding their needs, and ensuring they are supported and respected. The promotions we celebrate today in the Sarasota County Fire Department are not merely filling positions. They're about preparing the path forward of our department, ensuring knowledge, values, and leadership are carried forward so that when the alarm sounds, the next generation of leaders is ready to answer the call. Some believe that leaders are born. Others believe that they're made. I personally don't believe either. I believe leaders are grown, like an oak tree. An oak tree starts as an acorn. It gets watered. It's small. And over time, it grows into this massive oak tree that can withstand hurricanes and tornadoes and the worst that Mother Nature can throw at it. But on day one, it was a little acorn. You grow your leadership. It is as important today to not stop your leadership growth. You should continually be in the books learning about leadership, applying new leadership traits and skills, and continually perfecting the craft of leadership as well as your craft of firefighting and EMS protection. Again, congratulations on your promotion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. We would like to now welcome to the front Sarasota County Emergency Services Director, Rich Collins.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I know it's warm in here, so good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Chief always takes a few of my remarks thank yous and reiterate something for everybody sitting in here. The reason we are here today is not just to celebrate, but as part of us being here, the reason we're here is through the strategic support of our Board of County Commissioners and our county administration. I cannot emphasize that enough. The work that's being done in this department, to grow this department, to handle the things that we need to do. If you look at the accreditation symbol up here and the work that goes behind that, is truly because of the support of our Board of County Commissioners and our county administration. So a round of applause for them, please. And trying not to recognize everybody, but also reaffirming our honor guard, all of the folks that put this together, our communications team, Sarah, the people that work behind the scenes, absolutely amazing work. But I have to take a second and thank all the men and women that are standing in the back of the room. Everybody here that is moving into leadership, our new firefighters, the work that's done to take care of our citizens every day. I really think they deserve an applause. And as the chief said, this is the best profession in the world. I mean, I think I told the recruits yesterday we spent some time together, and I said the only things that come close to this would be like landing on an aircraft carrier or being in a car going really fast on a racetrack. And neither of them do what we do every day to take care of citizens in our community. And one of the things that I love about the fire service are the retirees and the multi-generational families that are here. So our retirees and everybody that's associated to somebody sitting here that's on the job, please stand up. I'm going to talk about us being on a journey. Those men and women that just stood up, they've been here. They walked the walk. They took care of our citizens, and we owe it to them to thank them for their service as they come back to celebrate you as you make your promotions and as you join our fire department. I think the other really important thing is to thank our family members. So everybody sitting here that has supported these men and women, I'm guessing all the family members that were with the recruits over the past 10 weeks, they probably came home tired and said, man, they really worked us today. Would that be a fair assessment? Yeah. All right, yeah, absolutely. And that's good. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then for all of our promotees, like the work that they had to do to take the test, to study, to do everything to be ready for this promotion, and all the work that you've done to help support them. A round of applause for you, all of these teams. Chief talked about it. I think this is really important, right? The fire service is a family. For all of our new members, and obviously we have a lot of multi-generational firefighters associated with new firefighters that are joining that don't have a family background. For anybody that's new to the fire service, man, you just won the lotto. You have joined a greater family than you could imagine. Because I'm going to tell you that there are going to be holidays that your loved ones are not going to be here, and anybody on the job knows that. There's going to be birthday parties they missed. Hey, I had a swap with somebody and it's not going to work and I have to go to work and they're not there for the party. They're going to miss when the water heater breaks or the flat tire occurs on the car. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to pick up the phone, they're going to contact somebody, and one of their brothers and sisters is going to come and help you. Needed a roof, they're going to come and help you. You're going to lay down sod, they're going to come and help you. You have joined a family that is absolutely amazing. It is not just our family, it's our family with your family. And so I think that is just an absolute amazing part of being in the fire service that cannot be understated. I spent, as I mentioned, some time with recruits yesterday. We had a really good time. There's some really excellent, fun facts that they shared with me. Are you going to do that flip back for me now? HR's not here. I'm just but we had the opportunity to talk, and I'll tell you, for everybody that's associated with our new recruits, thank you. Because when I was talking with them yesterday, there was no way I could not see the excitement, the passion, the dedication, the readiness to go out and serve this community They are excited and can't wait to get out there. And so that's a testament to the moms and dads, the spouses that have been there to support them. They are excited about serving this community, and that is just probably the most amazing part of being able to spend time with them yesterday. We talked about a couple things, and just for brevity, what did I say? Train, right? Train, train, train. Push yourself. Don't just, continue, even in the journey, push yourself beyond that. Go to classes, go to high-rise training, go to RIT training, engine ops, truck ops. Take the time to learn this craft, because it is an art, and it is what will keep you alive and save your brothers and sisters and our citizens by continually pushing yourself to strive to be the best firefighter, the best future officer that Sarasota County can ask for. Because you owe it to you, you owe it to your brothers and sisters, and you owe it to our citizens. At 2 o'clock in the morning, they're expecting you to arrive on the scene and do everything perfect. There's a chief from Chicago, Chief Eversole, that says when someone dials 911 on their worst day, they're expecting like a decathlon athlete, a brain surgeon, and a rocket scientist to show up at their worst day and make it better. And so you pushing yourself, whether it's in those classes, paramedic, PHTLS, AMLS, advanced trauma life support, all of it, push yourself, because it will make you the best for them and the best for you. And remember, they don't get a choice, right? Our citizens can't pick up the phone and go, I'm going to pick up the phone book, let's get online, what's the best fire department to come and serve me? They get one number, 911, and they expect that when you arrive. Don't let them down. Don't let your brothers and sisters down. I'm going to switch, and I want you to listen, because it's important. To our promotions. Everybody that's worked so hard to get other lieutenant, captain lifeguards, assistant chief, battalion chiefs. Look, you guys worked. You challenged yourself throughout your career. You haven't stopped. You've worked nonstop to get where you're at. For our recruits, I just want you to take a look. I know I'm not going to hit everybody, but for our audience, I just want you to think about some of the work that this team, these promotions, these folks have worked so hard doing our community and our department every day. Chief Earl, CAD, just stepped up, and despite the chief's best objections, I said, I need him. And he's come in and he's helped build a brand new CAD that all of our public safety first responders in Sarasota County are using. All of our fire departments, work that him and the team have done to help make that happen. Ryan, all of our apparatus and all the equipment and all the work that you do to support that. Absolutely amazing work. I want you to just think about all the stuff that they do and have worked on to get to here. Recruitment, Jesse, we just had amazing reception, and all the folks that helped you do that as it was related to at the Fire Chiefs Conference and working to get people involved. Absolutely amazing. Peer support, Tim Fulton. Tim, as Chief talked about, on their worst day they need help. This is the guy that's working behind the scenes to help make sure we get them there, we get the right people there. Absolutely amazing work. SWAT medics, out working with our law enforcement. Tyler and Scott. Instructor, Matthew, out working to make sure our folks are ready. Bo went to the smoke divers at the state, which is like it's like going to the Marines. It's like going to special forces. And he went and represented this department and finished that program. This group worked hard to be able to serve our citizens, and not just serve our citizens, to serve you, to serve the men and women in the back of this room, and to serve our community. Absolutely amazing work. Strive to do the things they've done, and you will be a future chief in this department as they're moving up in the ranks. Their work is amazing. Please, a round of applause for them. So this department's on a journey. I mentioned it a little bit ago. The amount of work that's being done is absolutely amazing. Our chief and his senior staff, where are they at? Everybody, kind of put your hand up. The work that's being done to support this operation is absolutely amazing. Metro-sized fire department, 3-person staffing, 4 more engines this coming year, another recruit class coming on to support that. Expansion into Nokomis. A regional training academy, by the way, former Commissioner Mayo here, who it's going to be named after, who has been a staunch supporter. The list this department is going. The journey and the charting of this future is up to this team. You're going to do a phenomenal job. Godspeed, stay safe, and thank you.
Thank you, Director Collins. During each orientation, the new recruits come together and they pick out a class leader. Recruit class 625 just so happened to pick out a guy that has a great attitude, is well-spoken, and put all-out effort into any task that he was given. This individual did well throughout orientation and proved himself worthy to carry the title of class leader. Please join me in welcoming to the podium recruit class 625 leader, Ryan Olson.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Olson, and I have the privilege to speak on behalf of Class 625. We want to start by thanking Sarasota County Fire Department, leadership, the training staff, and everyone involved in putting this orientation together. It's a privilege for all of us to be here and officially start this next chapter in our careers. On behalf of my class, I also want to thank our families and friends. You've been our backbone through this entire journey. You dealt with our late nights, early mornings, and the exhaustion that came throughout the training. There were days where we came home sore, worn out, and maybe not in the best mood, but yet you kept us motivated. To the instructors and staff of Sarasota County Fire Department, thank you for holding us to the highest standard. You didn't just teach us how to do the job, you taught us what it means to wear this uniform. You showed us that the fire service is not just a career, but a calling built on discipline, integrity, compassion, and professionalism. To my classmates, I'm proud to stand beside you today. We pushed each other, we motivated each other, and together we turned challenges into achievements. We learned that success in this line of work isn't about the individual, it's about the team. And of course, we enjoyed the crisp 100-degree winter days. Tonight's badge pinning isn't just about recognition, it's about responsibility. This badge represents the trust that a community places in us. It reminds us that when someone dials 911, they're not calling us on the best day, they're calling us on their worst. And in those moments, we'll show up ready to give everything we have. We're stepping into a tradition that's bigger than ourselves. We honor those who came before us, and we promise to carry the same pride forward. From this day on, our actions will speak louder than our words. And the way that we serve Sarasota County will define us. To our families, our instructors, and our department, thank you for believing in us. And to the citizens of Sarasota County, we are ready to serve with pride. Class 625 would also like to congratulate the newly promoted officers. Thank you.
Thank you, Firefighter Olson. Well said. During each orientation class, the new recruits go through a skills competition. Let me explain a little bit about this. It's made up of a group of skills, everything from search and rescue, victim removal, ladders, hydraulics, forcible entry, gear for time. We turned it into something fun and they had a little competition. Friendly competition. It shows us that they have honed in those skills, how their training has been, and it gives them something to be proud of. We give out an award for each class, and for this class, Class 625, let's bring them back up here, Brian Olson. Congratulations, Firefighter Olson, strong work. Giving back to the community is something first responders do every day. But this class went the extra mile and invested their time off duty in a community-focused volunteer service opportunity. These recruits joined together and helped beautify our community by cleaning up litter at Sharky's Beach, a dog beach, a local dog park, and a children's playground. A special thanks to these new recruits for working hard early in your careers with SCFD to help our community and strengthen the relationship our department shares with our residents. We would now like to welcome Emergency Services Director Rich Collin and Chief Rathbun to the front for photos with the new recruits. Our honor guard will present each recruit with their badge and a copy of the oath they will be taking this afternoon. First up, Jacob Balzer. Tyler Bell. Garrett Cavaliati. Nathan Fusay. Ryan Olson. Daniel Perez. Natasha Vasilev. Zachary Zapula. Recruits, please stand and face the audience. To administer the firefighter's oath, please welcome Sarasota County Commissioner Mark Smith to the podium.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hello. Good evening, and thank you all for showing up. This is a great moment, and it's always an honor and a privilege of mine just to be asked to recite the oath to the next class. The bravery that you all have is admirable, and for these young folks to pick up that mantle and bravely go in a dangerous way for all of our lives cannot be understated, and is extremely appreciated. So with that, if you would all raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jacob Baldiani,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will be committed to providing
that I will be committed to providing
the highest level of customer service
the highest level of customer service
to the citizens and visitors of Sarasota County.
to the citizens and visitors of Sarasota County.
I will ensure that the life-saving services
I will ensure that the life-saving services
be provided fairly and equitable
be provided fairly and equitable
to all without regard to other considerations.
to all without regard to other considerations.
I will place the public safety and welfare
I will pledge the public safety and welfare
and the safety of other emergency responders,
and the safety of other emergency responders,
as well as my own personal safety,
as well as my own personal safety,
above all other concerns.
above all other concerns.
I will obey and enforce the rules, regulations, and orders
I will obey the rules and regulations
of the Sarasota County Fire Department
of the Sarasota County Fire Department
and the laws and ordinances of Sarasota County,
and the laws and ordinances of Sarasota County.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge the duties
of my position of firefighter
of my position of firefighter
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. Recruits, congratulations on your accomplishments. You have earned it. Family and friends, if you're here pinning your recruit this afternoon, we now invite you to come forward. Recruits, thank you and congratulations. Recruits, training members, please take your seats as we move to the next portion of the program. We would now like to recognize the promotion of 7 lieutenants, 3 captains, 3 battalion chiefs, and assistant chief. To do so, please welcome Deputy Chief Darren Wallenstein.
Well, good afternoon. First and foremost, congratulations to the newest firefighters at Sarasota County. So welcome to the family. And if I could take liberties just for a moment, I just want to thank Sarasota Memorial Hospital for this amazing facility. We couldn't have fit all of you in the council chamber, so, the commission chamber, sorry. Thank you. So promotions in the fire service carry more weight than a new badge or more bugles. They are a commitment to accountability. A promoted officer is expected to set the tone, enforce policies, and hold themselves and their crews to the highest level of professionalism. At the heart of this responsibility is the safety philosophy that everybody goes home. It's more than a slogan. It is a guiding principle that shapes every operational and administrative choice we make when we voluntarily accept a promotion as a fire officer. So it's now my honor and my privilege to recognize and introduce the promoted SCFE officers. As I call your name, will you please rise? Assistant Chief Bill Sturgeon. Battalion Chief Greg Earl. Battalion Chief Brian Jakonski. Battalion Chief Jesse Schilling. Captain Jesse Berkey. Captain Tim Poulter. Captain Bridget Byrne. Captain Johnny Rigney. Lieutenant Christopher Hunt. Lieutenant Tyler Esmus. Lieutenant Bo Smith Kerr. Lieutenant Matt Russell. Lieutenant Jonathan Seaman. Lieutenant Scott Bertrand. Lieutenant Joseph Kelly. And Lifeguard Captain Chris Linder. At this time, I'd like to invite Fire Chief David Rathman to administer the fire officer's oath.
If you could raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name. recognize my obligation as a fire officer to protect the life and property of the public we serve, to be the example to all that may see or learn of my behavior, the values that Sarasota County Fire Department holds sacred, and I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all of the duties incumbent upon me as a fire officer for the Sarasota County Fire Department, according to the best of my ability and understanding. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. Congratulations on your promotion. You may sit. At this time, family, friends, fellow co-workers, if you're here to pin one of the newly promoted officers, please come up. Officers, please line up up front. Thank you, officers. Thank you, friends, family, and co-workers. May you please take your seats. Please welcome Chief Surgeon to share a few words.
As I was listening to their oaths and the other speakers, I think this will bring this all together for this evening. Again, congratulations to the newest firefighter for Sarasota County and my fellow employees. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters of the fire service, if you want to be a fire officer, start by carrying your oaths. Because before you lead, you must serve. Before you command, you must understand. And before you wear the bugles, you must earn the trust of those you do. When I was a new firefighter, I didn't know much. I knew how to shine my boots. I knew how to check my gear. I knew how to listen. but I didn't yet know the weight of the job. Not just the gear on my back, but the responsibility on my shoulders. I learned quickly that the firehouse is a place of tradition, of pride, and of purpose. I learned that respect isn't given with a badge. It's earned in the ring, on the drill ground, and in the quiet moments after that tough call. I learned that being a firefighter means being the first to step up and the last to back down. It means clearing the tools, checking the rig, and knowing that every small task is a piece of a much bigger mission. And I learned that the fire doesn't care if you're new, it doesn't care if you're tired, it doesn't care if it's your first day on the job or your 25th year. It demands your best every time. But I also learned something else, that this job isn't about you, it's about the team. It's about the people we serve. It's about the oath we took to protect lives and property, no matter the cost. And when you become a fire officer, the responsibility only grows. Now it's your job to train the new firefighter, to mentor them, to mold them, to make sure they understand that this job is sacred. And every action, every decision, every word you speak as a leader carries weight. Leadership in the fire service isn't about rank. It's about example. It's about humility. It's about knowing your people and putting them first. You will be the calm in chaos, the voice on the radio, the one they look to when the smoke is thick and the path forward is unclear. So if you want to be a fire officer, start by carrying the clothes. Start by learning the job, loving the job, and living the job. Start by being the kind of firefighter you want to follow into a burning building. Because leadership isn't about being in charge, it's about taking care of those in your charge. And if you do that, if you lead with courage, serve with humility, and never forget where you came from, you won't just be a fire officer, you'll be a fire service leader. Thank you, stay safe, and be well.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, could we have all the new recruits come up front so that we can get a group photo? Thank you, recruits. Officers, let's do the same thing. Everybody come up for a group photo.
You will have
Chief Grafton, Director Collins, would you like to be in this? Before our badge pinning ceremony concludes, recruits, I would like you to take a look around the room. Throughout your careers, you will always remember this special day. This is what the fire service is all about. Family, friends, and the community we have sworn to serve. It is their trust and support that helps fuel the passion we have for this job. Your 10 weeks of orientation was filled with intense training. This training covered both firefighting and EMS skills. From protocols to directives, from tools and equipment to apparatus, you have been shown what SCFD expects from you to be an exceptional employee and to provide the highest level of service to our community. During your orientation, I made it clear to all of you what we expected. Maximum effort all of the time. Working smarter and harder because we owe that to our community. On behalf of the instructors, we would like to thank you for the effort you put in during this orientation. Over the last 10 weeks, you all have put your heart and souls into learning, training, preparing yourselves to be the best firefighters that you can be. With that being said, remember, this is only the beginning. In this profession, learning new skills and training to perfect them never ends. Recruit Class 625, thank you, and congratulations on the job well done. Officers, I'll keep it short and sweet. As I look out at you today, I can't help but have a smile on my face. I've had the privilege throughout my time here at SCFD to work with each one of you, and I can't wait to work alongside of you in your new positions. On behalf of myself and every other blue shirt in this department, thank you for stepping up and rising to the occasion. We know that ourselves, the future of our department, and the community we serve are in good hands with you paving the way in your new leadership positions. Thank you guys and congratulations. To the family, friends, and fellow firefighters in attendance today, thank you all for taking the time to join us. The love and support that you have shown by being here truly means the world to these being celebrated today. This day, these moments, will be talked about for years to come and will be cherished forever. One last thing, feel free to stick around after, mingle, pictures, introduce yourselves, and don't forget to grab a piece of cake on the way out. Thank you guys and have a great night.